Hey, welcome back. Okay, so in this one, Miss Carter's classroom, there are four students again, eight each. So you probably looked at this and said, "Oh, I can do this as four groups of eight. Yeah, equals probably m for markers. Let's just start using those unknowns just for each letter. You did a lot of this in third grade, and then you could solve it out and say 32 equals M. So your M equals the amount of markers, total markers that they brought in. Now, you could have, if that was a little trickier, you could have done 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. Could have even done that on like a number line. You could have jumped up. You could even have like made it easier multiplication. Let's just move, oops, let's move this out of the way, bring it down. You could have said, I don't get this 4 times 8. I'm still not practiced enough on my multiplication. We had distant learning that kind of goofed us up. So you could have done two groups of 8 and another two groups of 8 equals M. Now remember, this is so adding it together, and we're going to put them in then parentheses since we're doing the two groups that have to, because we always do our parentheses first. So this, and then we do our addition. So it'd be 16, we solve that, plus another 16 equals M, and again, M would be 32. So pretty cool. And then make sure you use your markers for your unit. Again, you could have done like just counting up by eights, one group, two groups, if you don't remember. This could even be a great way to support this answer. So if you say, I did multiplication, I don't want to do this. Well, if you count up by eights here, you can definitely if you still get the same answer and both of them are the same, it's pretty good. You could have done or repeated addition onto this for right now. They are going to expect you to start using multiplication whenever you can later on. And then 4 times 8 equals M. Again, here they use that M for the markers. Okay, so that's when you solve for it. All right, so here's again a trickier one. So we have to look at this and say, okay, now if each of the four students brought in the eight markers, okay, they brought in those 32 markers, there are blank times as many markers as students. Okay, so first what I do is I sit there and say, okay, this is that 32. They brought in 32 markers. There are blank times as many markers, okay, as the students. So 32 equals blank times as many as the students. Here again, this is what we're solving for right here. Here's your question. Okay, so this will support this where it's 8. So 8 times right here. See if I can get this up here. Boom. Yeah, it's somewhere. Here we go. So again, 8 times, and 32 is 8 times as many as 4. 32 is 8 times as many as 4. So these are a little trickier. So just be careful on the wording. If you start just breaking apart slowly and figuring it out, then it makes more sense, especially like this. All right. So remember, you're allowed mistakes are valuable. Mistakes help your brain grow. So here's again going back to that mindset of a mathematician. It is good to struggle and make mistakes. If you struggle now and make mistakes and learn from them, learn different ways to solve problems, that's what mathematicians do. They always look for different ways to do it. So mistakes allow thinking to happen. So don't be afraid to try to make a mistake. Just like when you might have done this one a little differently, but then you say, "Oh, now I get it." It's like, okay, well, it sticks in a little bit more mindset. So okay, so now we went through the mindset a little bit more. We reviewed with me, and then we reviewed together. You try and I try. And now now there's a little bit more review here. Remember that this could be for rows of, this could say 4 times 8, groups of, and sets of. So now you're going to be working with a partner, or, like in your case at home, you probably be independent, or maybe you can have a parent help you not do the problem for you, but kind of help you talk it through a little bit. We're just going to be doing this. It's in your student book, on page 1, and the Bridges student book, not the number corner, but the Bridges one right here. And I will attach a PDF of this just in case you're at home. You say, I don't have that one. Okay. Or you could just do it right from the Google slide. You can put your answer right on there and read it, because the Google slide will have everything on it. But I will if you want a printable one, I will attach a PDF also onto this. So I'm just going to read it again. Help Mrs. Carter figure out how many of each supply they have. Again, that this is the same thing with pictures, words, and numbers, or numbers, sketches, words, whatever they want to say. Okay, number 1 says, the 4 students at table G now brought in 6 pencils. How many pencils did they have? Okay, so again, I like pictures. I would probably first draw the 4 kids, put 6 in each, and then try to figure it out that way. You can try, again, different ways of solving it. Like, let's go back here. I show that again. You can do an area model, and an area model would just like, this is 6 times 4, and you would just, we're breaking it apart in twos. Here's again, or 6 times 8, I'm sorry, 6 times 8. They broke the 6 up into 2 threes. So this is 3 rows of 8, 3 rows of 8, and they added it together. Here again, this is called the open array. This is called a closed, because you can see all the stuff inside. Here's a number line, and an open number line means you don't have to have all those little slashes in it. And then a ratio table or T-chart is what they kind of want you to do. But I would also like some pictures of kids, especially on these. So this one here, I think it's, since we just did one a little harder, this one should be a little pretty easy to do. Show your equation at the end and your label work and how you did it. Oh yeah, member units. Number 2 says the 4 students at table E each brought in each brought in a box of 12 crayons. How many do you have? 4 kids, 12. Show me the 4 kids at table B, and now the 4 kids at table D each brought in 12 pens. So again, you have to do, this might even help you on that one to do, because you had 4 times 12 here, and this is just double. So, but you can do 4 and 4 times 12, or you can do 4 times 12 plus 4 times 12. But so the 4 kids at B and the 4 kids at D each brought in 12 pens. So here again, you're going to have, so the 4 kids, you could just draw a picture of it if you want. 1, 2, 3. I'm doing this really bad. 4. And again, you got, that's on table B, had 12, and you put the 12, 12, 12. And then you can like clone, here's the other table, and you can draw me pictures. Now this one here is a challenge one. Challenge ones, if they're too hard for you, you do not have to do them. However, then you can just put on there too hard for me. That was way too hard. But it is kind of nice to challenge yourself a little bit, and I need to see who can do these. The students at table C brought in a total of twice as many pens as the students at tables B and D put together. How many pens did the students bring at table C? So again, try that one out. It is a little trickier. And then at the very end, they will go over some of the answers for you. Okay.